Welcome back, you gorgeous weirdos. I'm so glad you're here. Look at what I finally have to share with y'all. Oh my God, I have been so excited waiting for these to finally release, and they are available right now. These are the Sassy Mouth Dip Liquids. Oh my God, they're so good. I will show you all the things. You're going to see the glossy top coat. You're going to see it activate. You're going to see all the steps. I'm not going to hide or keep anything from you guys. The only thing I'm not going to show you is the brush saver. And we're going to talk about why later on in the video. But I'm going to go ahead and wait for my peel off base coat to dry. I could not wait to show you guys these things. And look at this color. This is Ice Queen. It is absolutely stunning. What a showstopper. I can't wait to get this on the nails. Okay, so my peel off base coat has finally dried. I use UNT and they pop off super fast within days. So if you want that kind of situation, grab that. But if not, you're not going to want to use it. So I decided these do have a bottle stopper inside, so you're not going to get too much liquid, but these liquids are on the thinner side, so you're going to want to get off as much excess as possible. They're very similar to the Odor beauty liquids. If you use those and love them, you're going to like these too. I'm going to start applying these to the nails, but you might see that I am going to apply Island Time first. It's a glow-in-the-dark light blue, and I figured it would be the perfect base for the glitter. I don't like doing 2 coats of glitter. It's just a me thing. I find that 2 coats of glitter can be a little bulky on the nail. So what I like to do with glitters is put down a base first that's similar to the color of the glitter. That way you get that full glitter coverage payoff without the full cover glitter bulk. Makes sense? Makes sense to me. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get this on all the nails, but let's talk a little bit about these liquids. So Jack over at Sassy Mouth sent me over the prototype for these liquids months and months and months ago, and I have been secretly behind the scenes playing around with them and getting used to the consistency, which didn't take much time at all because, as mentioned, they're very similar to Odor. And if you've never used Odor, let me explain to you a little bit about the consistency, the dry time, all of that fun stuff. Before I do that, though, let me address the number one question everyone is going to ask me: are they low odor? They're not marketed as low odor. They're just not. And me being not very sensitive to dip liquids, I don't think I am necessarily the best person to tell you if you're going to have a reaction to these. Every person is different. Everyone's going to react differently to different odors and different smells and different chemicals. This is nail glue, essentially. It's basically nail glue, right? That's what all dip, base, and top is. It's glue. So I can't tell you if you're going to have a reaction to these. You can have a reaction to literally anything. For me, I have had dip reactions to a very small handful of dip liquids, including Rossi, OPI, and I feel like there was another one, but I don't remember which one. But I have had reactions to those. These, I have had no reaction. I'm doing this voiceover the day after I filmed this set, and I'm doing that intentionally because I wanted to give it overnight to make sure I wasn't going to have a reaction. And as you can hear in my voice, I am perfectly fine. I have no congestion, no runny nose. They did not burn my eyes, so that was a huge bonus. I'm going to get into the glitter now. Wait till you see this glitter on the nail. Holy smokes, it is seriously stunning. I am still wearing the manicure. Thankfully, they have not popped off yet, and I don't want them to because I love them literally so much. I could not stop taking pictures of them yesterday. But this is about the liquids, right? I mean, it's about the dip powder a little bit, but liquids. So it's a thin consistency, but it's not runny. I don't know what the magic or sorcery is, but they are thin, but they kind of stay where you put them, but they also self-level really beautifully, as you can see by the coverage on the nails. I'm just going to go ahead and tap these glitters down a little bit. There are like little shards mixed in with the glitter and the acrylic, so you do want to tap this one down a little bit just so nothing is sticking up when you clear encapsulate, which I'm going to do here in a minute. Anyway, back to the liquids. So I didn't notice any type of strong odor. The consistency is thin. The dry time is medium to fast. So if you don't like waiting forever for your dip base coat to dry to dust off excess, you're going to like this one. Medium to quick dry time. But I feel like it's slow enough to where if you want to do a French manicure or some sort of an ombre, you have the time to do it. but the dry time, especially the top coat dry time is literally insane. Within a minute, it was dry and like ready to go. Of course, it depends on how much product you're applying. The thicker you apply your top coat, the longer it's going to take to dry. Right. Makes sense. So I would highly suggest when you do your top coat, which we'll talk about in a little bit, you give it some time to dry down just like you would normally. But this one dries down super duper fast. It was just incredible. I also want to talk about contamination, because I know it's a lot of y'all's concern is, will I glue my bottle shut? Are these going to get thick and goopy? Or is my brush going to get hard? Jack and I both tested these liquids again over the course of months. We have both tried our damnedest to contaminate these liquids. I went through like real world situations, like you forget to wipe off activator from your nail, you forget to wipe off the brush when it goes back into the bottle, like real world situations, nothing extreme. And I could not contaminate these liquids. Cannot. Of course, if you go dropping activator into your bottle of top coat or base coat, you're probably going to mess some things up, but why would you ever do that? Right? You wouldn't. I wouldn't. You wouldn't. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say these are virtually impossible to contaminate. I have not had the bottles glue shut. Of course, you want to make sure you're taking care of your liquids like you would anything else, right? You want to make sure that you're not getting dip base coat or dip top coat all over the rim of the bottle. You're not laying them sideways. It's super important to store these upright. Any dip liquid, no matter what brand you're using, don't lay them down. You want to store them upright, because if you lay bottles down, that glue, that dip liquid, is essentially going to travel up the neck of the brush, get into the handle of the top, and that's going to cause your bottles to glue shut. So you want to make sure you're storing these always upright as much as possible. Of course, if you're traveling, and it's where it is. But if possible, store them upright. Look at this glitter. Can y'all even? I cannot. It's so damn beautiful. But wait till you see it later on with the top coat. It's sickening. So I'm going to go ahead and dust off excess. We're going to get into our clear. Of course, I'm using all Sassy Mouth. This is the first 100% exclusive Sassy Mouth video I've ever done. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. So if you've been around for a minute, I have been loving Sassy Mouth products long before she offered me an affiliateship. And when I say offered, I asked. I asked for it. She didn't. It's a funny story if y'all want to hear it. I don't remember how it even came up, but I'm like, I love your products so much and I use them all the time. Would you pay me? She's like, heck yeah, I'll pay you. And I'm like, cool. So now I'm an affiliate. But I've been using the products long before I was ever an affiliate, and it's a brand that I have always stood behind and believed in, and her products are just so special. They're so good, and it's a product I really believe in, and that's why I share it with you guys. Do I make money off commissions off of the products that you purchased using my code? Yes. However, that came about long after I fell in love with Sassy's products. It's a product I truly believe in. I truly love. I use all the damn time. Not to mention the fact that Jack is like the super sweetest person in the whole wide world ever. I love her to pieces. But anyway, I digress. Let's move on to product. So of course I'm using Sassy Mouth's clear, which is called Clearly Uninterested. I use this clear all the time. Y'all know what I'm doing. In case you cannot see for some reason, I dip into the clear. I make sure that the liquid is absorbing into that clear powder, and then I'm pressing down. Again, this is because I want to make sure that the surface of my nail with the glitter is completely encapsulated, completely smooth. That way I don't break any of those glitters or file into them when I buff my nails later. And I did not leave my filing in this video because I really wanted to spotlight, the products themselves. But what I can tell you is I grazed around the free edge area. I buffed over the top of the nail. That is all. That is all the filing I needed to do, which again is a testament to the products themselves. The liquids and the powders are a dream team. They work so well together. Can you use these liquids or these powders with any other dip system? Absolutely. I had that question very often. Can you mix and match products? Of course you can. They all work interchangeably, so if you want to use Sassy's dip liquids with any other line of powder, you absolutely can. You can also use for powders with other liquids, but why would you want to? Because these liquids are sensational. I'm going in with my activator now. I like to do 2 coats of activator. I usually only show you one on camera. That's just a little extra security for me that everything is going to be dried and cured, and these cured down in literally no time. I went in with my file about 2 minutes in, but you always want to make sure your product is set first. I like to tap the top of the nail with the handle of my fluffy brush. If it makes that hard clicking noise, you are ready to file. So here's what everything looks like after I filed and buffed, and they are looking absolutely perfect, flawless. I'm going to go ahead and use the dip top coat. Now I know I just did a whole dip top coat routine recently, but I'm going to show you again in case you missed that video. Dip top coat starts with activator. I'm going to put down a coat of the activator across each nail. As mentioned, activator is what cures your dip base and your dip top. So in order for your dip top to dry super level and even and glossy, you need the activator. I'm going to let the activator sit on the nails for about 2 minutes, and you only need 1 coat this time. 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, I'm going to take a dry paper towel, nothing on it, and I'm just going to rub off any excess activator residue. Again, this is merely for contamination purposes. I did skip this step a lot in testing the liquids, and I never contaminated anything, but it's just part of my routine. I always wipe off the excess activator before I go in with the top coat. So the dip top coat, as you saw in a previous video, requires 2 coats. Every dip top coat I've ever used always requires 2 coats. I don't know why. I'm not a chemist. I don't know how it works, but that's how it works. So I'm going to go in with my first coat, which is 3 quick strokes across the entire nail, wiping the brush off in between each nail. Again, just to keep your liquids super duper clean and pristine. Once I have this coat done, you're going to see just how fast it dries. It literally blew my mind. By the time I'm done with my thumbnail and I look at my index, which was the first nail that I did, it's dry. It's dry, like 100% dry, ready to go. This is the quickest top coat routine I think I've ever done in my whole entire life. Like you could see. You're going to see. And then I'm going to do my second coat of dip top coat. But wait, just give it a second. Let me do my thumbnail. And now let's go back and look at my index. Index nail is completely dry. This top coat dries so super fast. I cannot. So I'm going to go in with coat number 2. Same exact way I did coat number 1, except this time I'm going to make sure I cap my free edge to seal everything in. And as mentioned, my nails are still attached even though I use peel off base coat. Now, when I typically use peel off base coat, my nails will pop off usually within hours, if not sooner, because I get up and I wash my hands and there's water exposure and all that stuff. But these are still hanging on a day later. I don't want to speculate and make false claims, but I don't know. Will it help your peel base last longer? Maybe, because so far that's kind of what's going on with me, but I mean, it could be anything. Who the heck knows? So I'm going to let this dry down. It dried down in literally a minute. But of course, you want to give it at least 2, 3, 4 minutes, and this is the finished look. Can you even with this top coat? It looks like gel. I swear on all that is holy, this is the dip top coat shine, and I am shook. Look at how stinking beautiful this is. I cannot. But wait, there's more. Remember, I put down Island Time underneath this glitter, and Island Time is a glow. It's a glow in the dark. So if you're wondering if that glow in the dark base will show up over the glitter, it does. Now my glitter glows in the dark and I'm here for it. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thanks for watching. I hope the rest of your day is as beautiful as you are, and I will catch you in the next one. Love you. Bye.